Hello, welcome back to All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris. I am your host, and my guest is Larry Jackson. Larry is with ShotSpotter. ShotSpotter is a technology that the city of Oakland employs through the police department to detect gunshots. And that is so critical in our efforts right here in the city of Oakland to be on top of what's happening in our community. So we're just really fortunate today to have as our guest Larry Jackson. Larry, let's talk a little bit more about when we ended the last segment, we were talking about budget implications, and I believe you indicated that it was less than $1 million a year that we spent on ShotSpotter, and I cannot think personally of a greater use of our money. And if we were not doing this, it would be almost sinful.
Well, Bob, if we refer back to my later points, without a shot spotter, many of the gunshot incidents throughout the city of Oakland are quite honestly invisible to citizens and OPD overall. So I think it's critical from a number of factors that we talked about before. It's just visibility into the activities that are happening into our streets. And I get alerts on my phone because Oakland's very close, near and dear to my heart, and a lot of the activities that I am engaged in. So I look at the number of incidents that happen, some that happen in the middle of the day, some that happen deep at night. And these aren't just single shots. It might amaze you that there are shot incidents that take place in the city of Oakland where it's automatic gunfire. We're talking 60 plus rounds. How would you know about that if you didn't have this type of technology?
So it just seems to me when we're looking at, and we are in the middle of a budget crisis here in the city of Oakland, if you're just looking at the budget, one of the things that you would not do is eliminate ShotSpotter. That would be, in my view, criminal. So is there any indication that, and I know this may be sensitive, any indication that the city of Oakland may be considering not funding ShotSpotter?
Well, it came to our attention, and we try to track this with Oakland as well as the rest of our clients, but it came to our attention that there was concern and potential recommendation not to renew ShotSpotter that came out of the Privacy Commission initially.
The Privacy Commission? Why the Privacy Commission? What are they concerned about?
Well, the Privacy Commission, my understanding, looks at all technology that's deployed by the city of Oakland to make sure that the technology does not go awry of people's civil liberties and privacy. We have flown through a clear passing with the Privacy Commission on meeting all the privacy concerns. I can't speak to the reasoning why the commission in their early meeting in April decided to make this recommendation, but it was recommended looking at data on arrests or other data factors, not the data that I presented to you here, that ShotSpotter should not be renewed. And so it was very important to us to make sure that whatever data they were looking at, we made sure that they were looking at, and the rest of the city council has accurate data, not only from us, but also the data we capture and aggregate from OPD. We worked hand in hand with them. So the data I'm giving you and I shared with you and your audience comes from working with Oakland Police Department. So it's very important to understand the true data and understand the true value of a ShotSpotter.
Sometimes, especially in the city of Oakland, we get carried away with some of these silly commissions, and we start doing stuff that makes absolutely no sense. There's nothing private about ShotSpotter. I mean, come on, let's get real. And I just can't understand, and I don't want to get too carried away because I'll say something that I may later regret, although I very seldom say anything that I regret because I mean it. But privacy, in my view, has nothing to do with ShotSpotter. It's really silly. If you look at other cities across this nation, they don't have some of these commissions that sit around and think of ways to make it more difficult for Oakland to be safer. Now, I just had to go off on that tirade because I sat on the committee when we first decided to come up with this privacy commission, and I got off of it because I thought it was really ridiculous. But anyway, let's get back to the subject of ShotSpotter. Are any successes in other areas across the nation that may have implications for Oakland?
You know, we have successes in a number of our clients. You know, we're in Albuquerque, New Mexico, that does a fantastic job of not only their response with ShotSpotter, but also their relationship with the community. Las Vegas is another big client as well. So there are success stories across the board among our clients. You know, part of what we were talking about here, Bob, was as we face, you know, political headwinds, as I call them. A lot of the headwinds we receive are from, you know, defund the police type of organizations who make up different claims about ShotSpotter. It's important that we share these success stories. You know, the 400 victims that were found in Oakland that may not have survived, perhaps if a ShotSpotter alert was there. So it's very incumbent that we tell the story, those success stories, and the follow-up evidentiary data that's provided through this technology.
And providing such technology, again, is so critical to our own public safety. And I cannot say enough editorially about public safety, because if we are not safe, don't feel safe, businesses are going to leave Oakland, and they are leaving Oakland. And this makes no sense. We're going to have to really get down to serious business. Don't touch that remote. We will be right back with All About Community. My name is Robert L. Harris, and my guest is Larry Jackson of ShotSpotter.